Hello people, my name is Ben, and this is Dead Space 3, the most anticipated early game of this year, I guess. The earliest, most anticipated game, because a lot of people were disappointed by DMC. I personally wasn't, as you saw in my video. Thanks Capcom for that copyright claim, the false one by the way, that you refused to take down, so I might end up taking down that video. But anyway, Dead Space 3. Now, this game, for me, leading up to it, had a lot of hate. From me, from a lot of other people, because EA are incredibly stupid when it comes to their marketing and their actions towards microtransactions and DLC. But we'll get more into that later. This is, of course, the PC port, and as you can see, just with the sort of textures around the screen, you'll probably see a little bit more later. Let's go into the settings. But like the textures there, they're blurry. They said that it would be a bare bones PC port. Somebody from Visceral said that. The developers of the game just openly admitted it. Is it a bare bones PC port? Not so much. I wouldn't say it's bare bones. It's not amazing, but it's definitely not bare bones. I think he was exaggerating a little bit, and for a negative reason, which is kind of surprising. But let's go into the visuals. So you have this stuff. VSync is currently off because when it's on, it's limited to 30 frames a second, which made me think at first that it had a frame rate cap, and I was like, oh, bad PC port, not good. But no, it's just VSync, which they will need to patch eventually. But you've got a plethora of resolution options and all that good stuff. Anything that you could want. Display mode, windowed full screen. Always love that as an option. Love that option. It's been in, I think, all the Dead Space games. I played a little bit of 2 just before this. I'll get into more of my history on Dead Space a little bit later. But that had Windows full screen as well. Although this one's kind of nicer because it actually keeps the game up on the screen. It doesn't minimize it automatically when you tab out. Custom render settings. Here's where you will see all the options. There's a lot. It's really awesome. I like it. Look at all those options. It's great. The thing that I guess would make it sort of bare bones is that it's only on or off. There's no middle ground. No low, medium, or high for a lot of these things. But then you've got stuff like light quality, which can go anywhere from normal to high. Normal to high. So you've not got a ton of options. In terms of anti-aliasing, you've got quite a few. So that would basically just be for the consoles, but it basically means that this is probably going to run on almost any computer. Well, not any, but you know, it's going to run fairly smoothly no matter what your computer, because of you can just turn everything incredibly low down and make the game look like crap if you want to. So you can turn the anti-aliasing lower than the console, turn it completely off. This has the most complex name, with weird numbers and brackets, so I'm going to go ahead and guess that it's the best one. Shader quality high, you got low, medium, and high for that one, and then you've got anisotropic filtering going all the way up to times 16, which is very nice. So yeah, not bad at all. That's not a bare bones PC port. I've seen bare bones PC ports. Dead Space 1 was a bare bones PC port. Not this, not this. It's very nice. You've got like most of the things that you could want, apart from higher resolution textures, which to see in this game would be amazing, because you can see just like just from there, like just looking at the console and the menus that are zoomed in close up, stuff like that. It's not the best textures. Same goes for the anti-aliasing. It would have been awesome if they had like MLAA. There's none of that in here, unfortunately. You've also got controls, pretty much everything that you could want in that. Controls feel good. I'm using a controller because I definitely prefer that in specific third-person games. This one especially, I'll talk more about that in a little bit. Audio, everything that you could want there. I actually want my thing to be turned up a little bit higher than that to intensify the horror, which there may or may not be any of. Also get into that. There's so many just different variants to this game to go into, so it's probably going to be a long video, as you've probably seen. Downloadable content is, of course, there right away. And co-op campaign. Co-op for the first time in Dead Space game. Melds itself very well into the solo campaign, actually. Very well. It feels like a single player game if you play it single player. It feels like a co-op game if you play it in co-op. You don't really feel like you're missing out too much unless you go into something like, was it Chapter Select? No. I don't mean to do too many spoilers, so yeah. Weapon crafting arena, that's kind of cool. You can test weapons, just, yeah, do crazy crap with that. Play downloadable content. They've already announced DLC, they're coming in March, I believe. So yeah. Good job, Visceral, with that, and I have a feeling that that was either cut from the game, very close to completion, something like that. Basically, they've been working on it as they've been working on the main game, which will be really disappointing. If they've not, if they're working on it afterwards and they're just extremely quick, and it's disappointing DLC, I guess, then I have no problem with that. But if they're taking away from development time and making us pay for it, then screw them. Let's continue from the last save. We're going to be doing an optional mission, something new to the Dead Space series. You'll find some optional missions. I thought there would be far more. As you can see, probably, the FOV is rather large, and that wasn't in the options, but it's in the INI files. Here we go, optional missions. Investigate the conning tower. Wonderful. Let's do that. I think that was on there before, but then I just got confused, and this is stupid. So, rather than having save stations like the previous games, this has just a pretty typical... Can I not go this way? Where can I go? Okay. Has a typical autosave feature. Hopefully I don't run out of air. Oh my god, if I run out of air... Could you imagine? Because I could. I can imagine me being that stupid. Oh, stop taking off. Ooh. I have a feeling it's around the other side. How do I get there? I really don't want to run out of air. I had not done that so far in this. Yeah. The game does look really good though. Even without, you know, HD textures, all that stuff, it looks pretty good. There's an invisible wall here. What the hell am I supposed to do? Huh. Ah. Maybe it is actually through here. It is! I'm an idiot. Never mind. I apologize. Let's get some of that sweet, sweet oxygen. There we go. Wonderful. Gotta love how he runs in zero gravity environments. It looks kind of hilarious, and it has done in pretty much all of the games. So, speaking of all of the games, I have played both Dead Space 1 and 2. I've not completed a single one. Why? Because I'm terrified of them. I hate horror games. Why do I have Dead Space 1 and 2? Steam sales? Why not? Because I understand that they are actually really incredible games. As you can see, if you've never played a Dead Space game before, and you don't like horror like I don't, I hate being scared, I have a really active imagination, and it just conjures up weird and horrible things that are even worse than what's in the actual game. That really sucks for someone who would like to play a few horror games. However, I did play the entire thing of Amnesia, so yeah. It's mainly jump scares that I hate. I hate being on edge like that and being constantly scared to move forward, which is what happened to me, especially in Dead Space 1. Still more so in Dead Space 2. Can't play it without something else on my second monitor to distract me, and with the sound turned down low on that, then it just becomes an action game. Much like this. We'll get into that. But I did play both of them, and I've completed them, but I can appreciate them for what they were. I've got a good grasp of them from reviews that I've read. I've made up my own mind of them, and I do think that they are both incredible games. And introduced one of the best HUDs ever in gaming, one of the most immersive HUDs. So here you can upgrade your rig, or your armor and such. Much like the first few games, slightly different layout. but generally similar, except now you upgrade things with resources, and resources, you basically use resources to do everything in the game now. You can't do anything without resources. They are your currency, credits are out, resources are in. It's crazy. So you can upgrade your stasis, all that stuff. I don't want to upgrade anything at the moment. I just want to focus my resources on other things such as weapons currently. Kinesis, stuff like this. It'll just take some scrap metal and then they'll take more things and more of those more things, as you can see. But yeah, there's quite a bit of upgrading to be done, of course, in all of the 3 areas. And this is just for your suit. I'm currently wearing the N7 suit, which comes with everybody with a Mass Effect 3 save on their PC or console. So yes, I do think it looks incredibly badass. You'll like it a lot. So yeah, one of the most immersive HUDs, because of course the health is on your spine and then your stasis energy is the weird little half circle, half donut, semicircle thing. And I love that. I love how it's all represented by that, and I also love the fact that the FOV can be enlarged. Because I am closer to the screen, it really does help. I've got it on 1.2, which is basically 90, about 90 FOV in a third-person game. It feels good. It feels even better. Don't want it too high, of course, because things won't be as in your face. Camera will probably screw up far more, which would be unfortunate. One of the main things I've always loved about the HUD and the whole style of it is the fact that you can just, when we do it, yeah, that's a new thing, by the way, crouching. So pointless, just for the first bit of the game where you're fighting humans. Yeah, humans. It's not good Dead Space times. Okay, it turns out we need to go further up. Let's see if there's anything here. Nice. There are dead bodies. We can stamp on the dead bodies if we wish. Why would you not? It could contain lovely loot. You always gotta love that. That's how you loot things in the game. And you can also roll. Yeah, double tap and it rolls. It's kind of useful for some situations. Not very many though.
Ship recorder on. All hands stand by for deceleration. Okay, Edwards, on your mark. Roger that, Val.
Hopefully you'll be able to hear this just enough.
While we're on the bridge. You got it, darling.
There are subtitles.
Ooh, easy now. The love boat has arrived. I'd like to thank y'all for flying the Terra Nova. Welcome to the ass end of the universe.
Okay, everyone, time to shake the lead out. Sikowski, hail Admiral Graves. Kettle, report to Cradle Ops. This is your show now. Let's deploy the ships. Recording off.
It's always nice to get interesting, excuse me, audio logs, such as that. Staple of the series, really. As are awesome views such as this. When things are zoomed out, especially to the FOV that I am now, the character models look far better than if they're zoomed in, which don't look as good. They look better than Dead Space 2, because when I was playing that, I was like, doesn't look that great. This is actually the best PC port of a Dead Space game. They've just improved in little increments, although I guess Dead Space 1 was just awful. The atmosphere is still here, though. The horror isn't. I'll talk more about that in a minute, but the atmosphere is definitely, and you can't really escape that. They've not made a new HUD or anything, shoved anything in your face, apart from, you know, possibly necromorphs, which I'm sure you're used to by now. So that's always nice. So there's still a nice sense of atmosphere, loneliness. It's rather awesome. We got these gross things. Just activate. Don't tease me like this. Okay, it's not doing anything. Thank God. I shouldn't even be going this way. Locked. Wonderful. Yeah, I always loved the objective marker. It's one of my favourite things about any HUD. And just a really simple thing. It's just a line. That's all you need. Don't need a dot on a map. Just a line pointing me in the right direction. Might as well. Why do you make me confused and lost? I'd rather just get right into things. So what are we doing at the moment? Let's just check. This is the inventory. Same as always pretty much. Although we have all inventory slots open from the start. Kind of makes things a bit easy. As does the fact that I've got a buttload of ammo. Many less med packs now because I got into a fairly difficult part. My first difficult part I found of the game. But so much ammo. Look at if I switch weapons. You can see just how much ammo. It's ridiculous. Here I've got your typical thingy. It's a cutter. I forget what it's called. Let's see. Slot. Planet Cracker. I guess. That's the tip that's on it. I'm sure it was called something else. But I've got that, and then I've got the line gun with an underslung sort of machine gun. It's rather nice. Quite like the combo. And that's what you can do in this game. That's one of the main parts of the game, and one of the most outstanding best parts. It's wonderful, the weapon crafting system. As soon as we find a bench, I'll definitely show you that, because I do like it. Mid-station. I don't know where exactly we're going. That was weird. Here we go. This is a bit of backtracking for this this mission. Yeah, because we found a key card, so we can do that. So, the game does open up with you fighting humans. Feels like crap. Luckily, it's not for too long. But the fact that it's even there just feels incredibly out of place. But I guess it was so you could get to your main point and everything. It's rather forced. One thing that I should mention, actually, about the controls. Why I like playing it with the 360 controller really quickly. Because if I play it with the mouse, which I'm doing right now, first of all, I don't really like the key layout that much. You can change it, fully rebindable, it's all good. I just kind of like everything being at my finger and thumb tips. But one of the things I hate is that this has negative mouse acceleration, meaning if I try to move my mouse really fast, which I tend to do when I'm scared in a game, like that was me. I moved my mouse incredibly fast just then, but it barely moves at all because of the negative mouse acceleration. If I move it incredibly slow, then the camera moves really fast. Feels like crap, and unfortunately there doesn't seem to be a way to undo that, which is a real shame and just prevents me from enjoying it. However, gamepad feels just fine for me, and for a lot of people the negative mouse acceleration.
Guess you were smart enough to make it past my lockout. So you must not be one of those no-neck dipshits on the General's goon squad.
Oh, what's this guy? Oh god.
You should know that was the easy part. Your day's
Oh
about to
no.
get a whole lot worse.
Wonderful. Yeah. So that wasn't like much of a. Oh god. The fire rate isn't so nice on these. Yeah, I actually hate the fire rate. Stamp on them and collect loot and such, as you do. Some of them glitch through the floor. Oh god, I've had that happen a few times. Kind of annoying. Yeah. So Dead Space, the entire debate is that it's sold its soul, it's, you know, it's lost the horror element, it's incredible slow pace, and it's got so many Michael Bay action moments, and you can't really disagree with that. That's a fact. It does have all of that stuff. Blown to bits, lovely. But there is stuff like this where you are exploring desolate ships that feel very lonely, unless you've got a guy talking to you over the intercom, of course. And you're a bit on edge. I certainly am. But nothing has really made me scared so far. There's been no jump scares that have worked on me, and I'm incredibly prone to that. No, at least set jump scares. Sometimes I've turned around and there's been something there that hasn't really been planned out, but it's happened, and that's just a general part of the game, really, not necessarily intentional. This is also a thing in this one, which, actually, no, that's not one of those doors. Ah.
Gotcha. Now it's time for a little fun. Computer, arm explosives.
I mean, one of the ones that I just...
And detonate.
I'll just hide here, thanks. I appear to be fine.
Warning. Contamination detected.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. See, there are a few moments like that, but nothing that really scares me. As much as I may have sounded horrified by that. Oh my god, get out of my face! Okay, see, this is kind of nice. There's some good lighting. Very panic-ridden, I guess. Oh god. One of the walls. What? Shit. Get the hell out of my face. Son bitch. Oh great, these things. They're just always cheerful. Oh, wonderful. She managed to do that. It's kind of nice. Yes. Oh. Get the hell out of my face. So the combat. Never felt better. Where is it? Oh my god. Okay, it's apparently on a wall, I think you said. Objection markers won't give you everything. Oh, for God's sake. I'm also just as bad as it, as always. What I like, actually, in terms of aiming styles, it gives you an option between this, the typical, censored mode. Centered, sorry. Or one that acts like a real laser and you'll actually see it going further off into the distance and narrowing out, and I'm just doing absolutely awful, aren't I? Where's the override? Oh god. Where is the goddamn override? Oh no. Crap. Oh wait, is that seriously it? For God's sake. Let's see if we can do this quickly before any of those get to me. Never mind. Great, I've actually run out of medpacks. It's wonderful, is it not? Give me one, thank you. Yeah. On normal, there's an abundance of medpacks and ammo and just everything that you could ever need, really. So yeah, have fun with that. Luckily, hard and impossible, I think it is, are both selectable from the start, so I think I'll be playing this on hard after this video is over.
Accepted. Quarantine lifted. Please report this event to your superior officer.
What superior officer? Yeah. You just get a ton of stuff, you don't really have to scavenge that much.
But that arsenal of yours ain't gonna help you now. You can't kill electricity.
Oh, wonderful. So, where was I? Oh. So, lack of horror, stuff like that, like... the fact that I'm not scared of it, and I'm scared of pretty much everything. A game like Slender, which is incredibly cheap, will get me going and get me extremely on edge every single time I happen to play it, which is pretty much never now. But even though I know what's coming, I'll get really on edge. And on this, that just doesn't happen. I'm just quite used to it. It's just an action game. It's just a really awesome action third-person shooter. It doesn't feel like a horror game. Action survival. If you play it on hard, I guess.
Well, a control box must be nearby.
Well, yes.
I can shoot it.
I mean that. That was simple. What a puzzle. Don't mind me. Stamp on it. It's just as satisfying as always to shoot necromorphs in the face. Well, probably not in the face. Probably in the limbs. And sever them and such. Dead Space has one of the most interesting and satisfying combat systems. One of the most visceral, I guess is a really good way to describe it. For once, that was definitely used correctly in this game. Combat systems of any third-person shooter, if not the most. It feels one of the most, like one of the most satisfying things ever, if I'm honest. Over there. Can I just hit it with this? No, it doesn't work unfortunately, but I might be able to hit it with something else like that. Nope. See if we can get a remote. There we go. That should work. I just don't want to waste ammo. Even though I should really be worried. Yeah, look at that. It's ridiculous. Oh, also, I have this. Scavenger bot. I can deploy it and it will scavenge things. Here's where the microtransactions come in. You can increase, you can go to the bench or whatever, buy downloadable content. Like $5 or so. Most things are $5. And it will increase the amount of resources these scavenger bots bring back. Therefore, you get a crap ton of resources by paying for it. You are paying to cheat at the game. And people say that, well, it's just optional, it's not a big deal. The thing is, you're paying for cheat codes. That's a problem for me. The fact we never used to have to pay for cheat codes. That wasn't a thing. Now we do? What? It's just such an obvious cash grab, and it's incredibly disgraceful and just really, really annoying that they would do that. But it's EA, and I'm sure EA have forced Visceral to do this. I highly doubt Visceral opted to do it themselves. It's like Dead Space 3. It's Dead Space 3. It's going to sell a lot of copies because it's a huge franchise. You don't need blatant cash grabs like that. And that was one of the main things leading up to it. Dead Space 3 will launch with 11 pieces of Day 1 DLC. It wasn't like vital to the story, so it wasn't as disgraceful as something like Mass Effect 3 with the Prothean. That was pretty much on disc already, at least the character was. So this isn't vital to the story, but oh, it's so annoying. The fact that it's there is just really disgusting. So, back to this whole thing. Oh yes, sup. Sup.
Bet you didn't know you could reverse gravity plating and hammer someone into the ceiling.
Yeah, we did.
I gotta admit, I didn't either until I tried. Go on.
Yeah, I knew, actually. No. No thanks. Since there is a way this way.
Yeah, I see.
Yup.
There was a spike in power usage from environmental control when it triggered.
That must be where he's drawing power.
Environmental is
Ah, here we go. Bench,
Here,
perfect.
I'll send you the forges.
Ah, new circuit. Oh, awesome. I can press Y and I can view downloadable content, but I don't want to. It's just, I don't even want to look at that shit, honestly. You understand it. You can buy suits, weapons, like weapon packs and resource packs, or like, you know, improve the scavenger bots and such. By doing that stuff, that's what you can do. Yay. What is that? Is that rate of fire? That's rate of fire and damage. I will take that. Beautiful. So what this means, upper tool circuits and lower tool circuits. So my lower tool is the machine gun, upper tool is of course the line gun. So you can upgrade both with the various circuits that you pick up, and you can construct them with the resources that you find, which is rather nice. You can construct so many things. It's one of the highlights of the game. It is just wonderful, and I would never want to cheat at this. because it's awesome. It's really, really fun. Great, no tools. Oh, nice, I can just get anything. Alloy bolts. Okay. So, something that I've wanted to do, actually, to my line gun, which basically has... No, my normal one, if I can, actually. We'll see. Yeah, lower tool, I can't actually do anything. No, because that's my lower tool for this is a rotator module. So you can either pick that, or something else, such as the military thing, that's the machine gun, or plasma core, which is like a little flamethrower, I think. Not too bothered about that. I'd rather have this for just quick versatility, just whip it out and sever a few limbs. Stasis support. These stasis packs consumed by self, also recharge partner. I don't need that. I'm guessing that's for co-op and stuff. So there's a lot of stuff for co-op. Something that they've done is limited weapons to only 2. But you can sort of have 4, depending on what attachments you choose, you know? You could have 2 guns attached to each. You could have a shotgun and a machine gun attached to one, a line gun, and a different thing, javelin, possibly. You can have a lot of different combinations attached to another. So you can have up to 4, and in co-op, then you definitely have 4 guns, of course. Create new attachments. Stasis amplifier. Stasis shots have a larger radius. So if I shoot stasis while I'm using this, I guess. Makes sense. So that's really useful for explosive weapons, actually. That's kind of awesome. You can get a scope, all support for self and partner. Rather nice. I'd rather just increase other things. Upgrade circuits. Let's see what I have. Okay, so that's rate of fire. Just got another rate of fire, really. That's unfortunate. No point in upgrading that, is there? 1 damage, 1 clip. Ah. There we go. It's useful. So let's just end that off there. Because I didn't get any like pre-order bonuses, no special things. I'm not using any of that stuff, so I've not got a ton of stuff. Later on in the game, it seems like you'll have a lot of resources and you'll be able to craft a lot of different things. So if we go back, actually, blueprints. So here we go. I can actually just craft a shotgun right now. I could possibly attach that to my line gun. I might want to do that. Might think of that. Yeah, maybe I will. This is how in-depth it is. It's incredibly impressive what they've been able to do here. Can't it be a... Maybe you can't do that. That's a shame. But I'd kind of like to try something different out. Until that fires alloy bolts, Tesla core, welding and such, plasma fuel. That's a shame, honestly. It feels like it's more limited than it was leading on. Maybe it isn't. Maybe I can just mesh something together later on. But at the moment I can't. Okay, so we'll do like I don't want to waste things. I'm just going to stick with default for now. I may have wasted that, I'm afraid. That's a shame. Safe. There we go. Yeah, I still have so many bullets. And it's a universal ammo system now as well, which some people are going to love, some people are going to hate. I don't like... I'm somewhere in the middle, I guess. In the middle, it's just... It's okay, but it means that it's so easy to get ammo now. You don't have to scavenge for specific bits of ammo, so no ammo feels like more of a reward than other. The more powerful something is, the more ammo it will consume, I'm assuming. So that's kind of dumb. It's a shame. Oh my god, oh crap, I don't even have my, my stuff on this, actually. just going to be using this, as I always do. Old reliable. Crap. Oh, it's this thing. Oh my god, these are annoying. Okay. Let's loot all the things, as you do. So this whole like selling its soul thing, and I've heard that phrase been used in a few reviews, a few comments and such. And it depends on what you think its soul is. If you do believe that the soul of Dead Space, as pretentious as this all sounds, was, you know, really slow-paced horror, building characters incredibly slowly. I'm not gonna lie, the characters in this one don't care about. Story's okay, it's interesting enough to keep me interested. But actually, yeah, just come at me, bro. There we go. Is it just gonna say no? It got through, motherfucker. Okay. But on the other hand, you could say that its soul has always been the incredible combat and atmosphere and unique HUD. And if you think it's that, then all of that stuff is still intact. All of the gameplay elements that made it great are still there. The horror is just unfortunately gone, which for people like me, not too bothered about. Really, I don't mind that much, because it means I can finally play a Dead Space game, really enjoy it, really get sucked into it, without being constantly terrified. And I know that's what a lot of people love, and that's completely subjective. But it just depends on your point of view. If this is your first Dead Space game, then I think you'll probably enjoy it for what it is. It's incredibly well polished. The design of everything, the aesthetic, lends itself very nicely to a like PC. It looks higher quality than the consoles, but of course not fully high-res textures. But it does look good on PC. Looks better than consoles.
Look,
Crap.
you know I'm not screwing around.
Yeah.
And I can't just let you waltz into environmental. I don't want to die.
Let's stay here, thanks.
I'm sorry. Computer, arm explosives.
Stuff like the glare and everything. I've always loved that. Yeah.
Be seeing you.
You're not gonna kill me, dude. Of course, stasis is always an awesome element. You gotta love it. You gotta love stasis. It's such a badass concept, and it works incredibly well considering the mechanic is all about tearing limbs apart. What the hell? Oh my god, that enemy running fast like that looks incredibly dumb. Need to stop saying incredibly. Crap. It looks really silly. And then it boss up on you and then you're like, ugh, get away. No thank you. Do not want. Do not want. Hey, how about you have that? Thank you. Oh, sup. Oh, this freaking scorpion thing. So, oh no, not one of those. See, these are the scariest enemies of the game because of the sound that they make. Oh, it's horrible. Which it really should be. Oh. See, you do get this sort of like tension, and everything is still on edge, and you feel like you're fighting for your life, I guess. It's just nowhere near as much or as scary as the previous games. Might be a good thing, might be a bad thing. Depends. What's your view on it? My view is that I'm having fun with it, which is something I didn't think I would say. Oh, nice. Wow, that was kind of awesome. Oh, sup. What I think is a shame is that for newcomers to the series, many of these are, people that played 1 and 2, many of these are just reskins of old ones. It's nice that they did really detailed and different looking versions of them, but they are just reskins. Is this what I need to do? For the puzzle, perhaps? Oh, is it really that easy? A second.
Warning. Contamination detected. Quarantine lockdown activated.
Yeah, Dead Space has never been known for really difficult puzzles, has it? Oh wait, actually. This might be more difficult than it first appeared. Oh, no, not that bad though. There we go. We just need to link up the same type. There, and then do that, and then they all have light things on them, which cause things to go dark and terrifying. Wonderful. But I'm never going to run out of. Never mind. I've just run out of med packs. Actually, you can craft all of your own items, including med packs, and I could craft so many. I could craft a lot of different ammo. Well, a lot of the same ammo, just a lot of ammo in general. So, yeah, it's not difficult in terms of resource conservation. It's another thing where we have to slow it down. We'll go over here first. Yeah. Apparently a lot of these optional missions are far more interesting than the actual missions. In terms of story.
Any workarounds from your end?
Nope. The only way that trap's coming down is by pulling apart the power generator somehow.
It's spinning too fast. I can't see what's going on.
Can you slow it down?
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. That's what I've been doing for ages. God damn it. Oh no, I'll have to use another thing, stasis, which I have a lot of.
I just wanted to live.
See, that's what I thought. He doesn't seem like a bad guy.
To live. I wanted to live.
Yes.
Yep, that did the trick. Gravity is reading normal again.
Here we
What do
go.
you think is worse, Buckle? Dying along with everyone else, or being the only one who survives?
It's not the dying that scares me. It's not making a difference before I do. You should be able to make it to the top of the conning tower now, Isaac. If Edwards is around, that's where you'll find him. And his stash.
Right.
The voice acting itself is, as you can hear, really good. It's impressive. It's well polished, as are many things in the game. It all comes down to, are you going to be constantly comparing this to the first two games? And many people will say this isn't as good as the first two, and I can completely understand that. I can say I'm having more fun with this because of the improved combat, the fact that I'm not terrified constantly, just all of that stuff. But if what you're looking for, holy shit, is a horror game, then you're gonna be disappointed. Crap. Though not necessarily an easy game, especially if you put it on hard or impossible. There are a lot of difficulty levels, and then there's New Game Plus, so you know that doubles the length. If you want to go through it again, which many people will, because it means that you. How far back are we? Are we just there? Better not be really far back. That would be annoying. I'd probably just end it right here. Yeah, okay. It's not that bad. Now we got that. Need to start using this. Although, the reason why I stopped is because. Ooh, wow. Ouch. Oh, yes. Oh, why did only some of them come apart? Damn it. I still get my buttons confused sometimes. Even after 3 games. There we go. Yeah, no, I constantly check that. It's so convenient that it's just ingrained into my head now. to always check it. Oh, jeez. Yeah. And you're not dealing with a single enemy anymore either, as you can clearly see. It's a lot about the multiple enemies, just hordes of them coming at you. It's very much like more of a zombie thing. As I said, this is going to disappoint some. And like, I can see why people would say that's not as good, because I can freely admit that story, just general pace, depending on what you like, may not be as good. But it all depends on what you like, of course. And what I like is this. I like this. I also like the other two games. Just, I'm too scared of them to obviously play through them. There we go. Seems to be the end, right? Or did he kill himself?
Congratulations. You found me. Kinda stupid, ain't it? I just wanted to live, and now that I'm the only one left, I couldn't give a shit. With all this time alone, I realize it's just like Sam said. I'm a lazy prick who never took one for the team. Well, team, you can hear me now. This one's for you.
Oh. It's cheerful, isn't it? We look out into the vastness of space and... Ooh, a little bit of lag. Speaking of, like, lag and such, oh my god, he went just crazy. There's not a lot of it. Game runs incredibly well. As it should do, of course. It runs really, really well. Oh god, these conditions just horrible. See, there's a lot of detail here. Might not be in terms of like HD textures and stuff like that, but there is still detail here. And there's atmosphere, and that's what really matters. It might be a more action-oriented game, but it still has moments of really great storytelling, immersion, all that stuff that still make up Dead Space, that are still a huge part of Dead Space. It's not nothing like Dead Space anymore. It's different, of course. It's got a faster pacing. It's got all of that stuff. Doesn't mean it's not Dead Space though.
Looks like the supply room's locked.
The bunkhouse is on level 2.
Worried.
Could be with his personal belongings.
It's worth a look, I guess.
Yeah. I did hear about backtracking and such. It's kind of annoying. Of course, I bet it's incredibly obvious that I... Yeah. Punch the crap out of him, eh? Was that... No. Look here. Nice. That's mainly used for creating med packs and such, and stuff to do with the rig. How did that affect? I don't even know. So yeah, I do like the game. I actually really like it. In fact, I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. I'm not afraid to say that because this is what I enjoy. I enjoy it and it's fun. And I'm sure it would be even more fun with a friend. Speaking of which, some co-op missions, we have actually got to go back here, are apparently, no, some optional missions are only available in co-op. So that's the thing. So there's like 3 to 5 hours of co-op exclusive play, so that's kind of awesome. More of an incentive to go back and play through it. So it's got a ton of content. It's got so much content. It's really impressive, and it's apparently like an 18 to 20 hour game just by itself. So that is a really good achievement for them. So good job, Visceral. I like your game, and I like the other Dead Spaces as well. And I can see from both sides. And even though this is my first Dead Space game, this is the first one that I will probably complete and will enjoy without having something else to distract me on the other screen or anything like that. So yeah, that's Dead Space 3. I like it. Deal with it, motherfluckers. Let's go. Storage open. Ooh. Nice. See, and you get a ton of things for doing these optional missions. Just to add more to the content of the game. It's great.
It took me a while, but I realize now why we couldn't be allowed to live. So if you found this and you're still alive, I guess I can finally do my part. Computer, blow all remaining charges.
Awesome.
It's time for you to join us.
Yep, I thought as much. Let's deal with these guys and finish off this motherfucking video. Just basically shoot everything in the general direction. Stamp on heads. Avoid getting pinned to the ground or a severed leg and then a severed torso. Wonderful. Where am I now? Is it just that I'm back here? Oh, okay, that's the end of the video. Woo! With a fail. Awesome. Okay, hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you enjoy. Oops. Yes, slow-mo boxes. Isn't it wonderful? I hope you enjoyed Dead Space 3 if you get it. Be sure to bring along a friend too, probably for a second playthrough, because I think that'd make it like a new game plus far more fresh than it would otherwise feel. Yeah. Good job, Visceral. You ended it on a very controversial note, but I have a feeling that was because of EA and their dumb marketing decisions. So I can completely understand why you wouldn't want to support this game. Completely, because the stupid microtransactions on top of an already full price game is quite just literally ludicrous.
He could be with his personal belongings.
And it really shouldn't be there. Unfortunately it is, but it doesn't get in the way of the actual game too much. The fact that it's there still annoys me though, and I don't like that. But it's not a bad PC port. PC is definitely the best version and the one to go with. Consoles are still great, but running at over 100 frames a second on PC, that's a plus. Even on all high settings on an ATI Radeon 5850. Yes. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.